Yup, right back got another video, man. We got 2021 NBA City uniforms, all 30 teams, man. Look, man, y'all know what we came here to do, man. Y'all know what we didn't come to do, man. We came to get straight to the point. What we didn't come here to do, man, was all that other stuff, man. With that being said, man, come on, let's get right into the video.
The NBA's annual slate of brand new city uniforms is here for 2021, and SportsLogos.net is bringing you team by team breakdown, all 30 teams, all 30 city uniforms, right here, right now. Let's go.
This is Scorpion.
The 76ers are back in black,
Okay.
and you have Ben Simmons to
For
thank
sure.
or blame for it, depending on your point of view. A couple of years ago, Simmons tweeted his wish for a return to black, and the team responded with a challenge. If you win the Rookie of the Year, you'll get your wish. We all know what happened after that. The design here is inspired by the houses along Philadelphia's Boathouse Row, as well as a throwback to the old Allen Iverson era from the late 90s. And yes, that is a TTP hidden there in the houses for the team motto of Trust the Process.
For sure.
Milwaukee Bucks are giving us a bit of a history lesson by giving us the origin of the city name Milwaukee.
Actually, it's pronounced Milwaukee, which is Algonquin for the good land.
Thank you very much, Alice Cooper.
Hold on, y'all. I don't know why they got Antetokounmpo like he not forget about that. Oh, quick and easy, you know what I'm saying? Quick and easy, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, that is one of the origin stories
get up out
for
of
the
there.
name of the city, Milwaukee.
I don't care what
The
nobody
Bucks are
say.
choosing to focus on another one, which means the gathering place by the water. And you can see that in the design of this uniform. It's blue. It's three shades of blue. It's very unconventional for the Milwaukee Bucks, who usually go green and cream. It is inspired by Lake Michigan, all the rivers that run through
Lake Michigan. Milwaukee must be right next to us then, huh? Because Lake Michigan is in Chicago. Lake Michigan must be really big.
Milwaukee. There's even a series of waves that go through the entire set. The Chicago Bulls are going to black.
Okay. Ooh, that's nasty. Okay. I'm messing with it.
And
for sure.
gold in a tribute to the architecture of their city. Chicago is written across the front in a typeface very similar to that used on signage throughout the city, along with the words "No Little Plans," a quote from city planner Daniel Burnham, who was instrumental in rebuilding Chicago following the Great Chicago Fire back in the 1800s.
Nasty for sure.
The Cleveland Cavaliers are honoring their city status as the home of rock and roll with this ransom note style jersey this season. And if you look at the Cleveland word mark across the chest, you can see
Okay.
from the logos of several legendary rock bands and artists over the years. Look at the V, that's the V from the David Bowie logo, the D from the Pink Floyd logo. And up the sides of the shorts, you will see that they have like band stickers, like classic retro band stickers. Look at that, except they're all Cleveland Cavs themed. The Cavs paying tribute to rock and roll.
For sure.
When you've won the most championships in league history, you've earned the right to celebrate that a little bit. And the Boston Celtics will do just that with their new City Edition uniform, designed to resemble the many NBA championship banners that hang above the court at TD Garden. Take a look at that. The word mark across the chest and the number looks very much like. Same font, same style, very basic.
I ain't gonna lie, that's trash.
Looks good, and it's got a great story attached to it.
I don't care what.
The LA Clippers are going with a simple recoloring of what they wore last year for their city uniform. What once was white is now black. The design, just like last year, created in partnership with artist Mr. Cartoon, as well as graffiti artist Royal Dog, together celebrating the authentic spirit of LA street culture. The Memphis Grizzlies are honoring a local artist and legend, singer-songwriter Isaac Hayes.
Who was that?
This uniform is black with gold and teal trim and incorporates Hayes' signature in gold in the lower left corner of the jersey, as well as his trademark sunglasses there on the shorts. Isaac Hayes is most known for singing the theme from Shaft, as well as many other things, and if you're not into music, you probably know him as the voice of Chef from South Park.
For sure.
Isaac Hayes being honored by the Memphis Grizzlies. The Atlanta Hawks will honor the life and work of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., born and raised in Atlanta. The Hawks have partnered with the King Estate Foundation to create this uniform in Infinity Black, Vintage Gold, and Fidelity White with King's initials MLK across the chest. King's signature also appears in the lower left corner of the jersey. Proceeds from the sale of the jersey
for
will go to support economic empowerment programs for Atlanta's communities.
Can we see the
of color.
back? What do the back look like?
Sadly, all good things must come to an end.
Ooh,
And for the
them
Miami
nasty.
Heat, they are ending their very, very popular Vice series of city
Them
uniforms
nasty.
with what they're calling the Vice Versa jersey.
What it look
Originally
like?
conceived as a trip back through
It's still
time
nasty.
to the
That
Miami
pink,
nightlife.
That pink and blue is nasty. I ain't gonna sit up there and fry. That pink and blue, they probably right now they got the best ones. Even though I love Chicago, my city, they got the best ones.
For the 1980s,
That's
and the
nasty.
neon signs that lit up the city downtown.
Yeah, that's
This
nasty.
extremely colorful uniform caps off 4 straight seasons of Vice uniforms for the Heat. The first one introduced way back in
Grand
2017.
Theft Auto Vice City.
Did you know
For sure.
Charlotte, North Carolina was the home of the first U.S. branch mint? Well, you do now, and that's thanks to the Charlotte Hornets' new mint green city uniforms with gold and granite striping. This pays tribute to both that
What is
mint
that?
as well as the Carolina Gold Rush in the early 19th century.
Okay.
The gold carries on that theme of cash and riches and gold. But why granite? Granite's the state rock of the Hornets' home state of North Carolina, of course. The Utah Jazz, who were the only team to wear the same City Edition uniform in consecutive seasons, have finally changed things up, but not that much. What we have is a simple recoloration of their previous city look. It's now black. They've entered dark mode, as they like to say. Still, it's a tribute to the red rock of the state of Utah, a gradient from yellow to orange to red before giving way to black of the base of the entire set. If you ever wondered what you'd get if you combined a bunch of different uniforms from the team's history, wonder no more. The Sacramento Kings are doing just that with their new City Edition uniform. It's a trip through the team's visual history, beginning with their 1980s powder blue set, their infamous checkerboard jersey from the 90s, their all-black road uniform of the 2000s, topped off by the Sac Town lettering from the city jersey last year. And here you have it, the new Sac Town City Edition jersey for 2021.
That sounds stupid though.
And as you can see, it's black with powder blue, and the checkerboard up the side. There you go, a combination of all jerseys. That's your Sacramento Kings. The New York Knicks are collaborating with local fashion brand Kith with these bizarre black, orange, and blue gradient-rich uniforms for a few games in the upcoming season. The chest features a circular logo with the phrase "City Never Sleeps" above the team name. A gradient goes down the side of each side of the jersey, as well as each pant leg on the shorts.
City Never Sleeps, okay.
Your defending champion Los Angeles Lakers are continuing with their Lore series this year, turning to honor Elgin Baylor, a Hall of Fame small forward who played for the Lakers, starting with the club when they were still in Minnesota way back in 1958, carrying through to the 1971 season. This uniform is in the same blue and white scheme that the Lakers wore during Baylor's time with the club until 1967, with some silver thrown in for good measure. The Lakers this year honoring the 60th anniversary of their relocation from Minnesota to Los Angeles in 1960. The Orlando Magic are wearing another orange-themed uniform for their City Edition set in 2021.
That's kind of nasty.
Pinstripes and star across the logo on the chest are a throwback to the Magic's past uniforms dating all the way back to the late 1980s, while also updating the look to include the color orange to represent the bright future of tomorrow. The orange is also a nod to the sunshine and the citrus industry, both very, very important to the state of Florida. The Dallas Mavericks will be celebrating both the 10th anniversary of their 2011 championship as well as the 40th anniversary of their franchise with this new gold, white, and silver uniform. The team name of Dallas, or the city name of Dallas, across the chest in gold, player number, and name in silver, and up the side of the shorts are the wings of the Pegasus, which is a nod to a mythological creature which has watched over the city of Dallas all these many years. Here it is, the Dallas Mavericks City Edition uniform for 2021. The Brooklyn Nets are carrying on their theme of honoring a local artist with their annual city uniform, and this time it's Brooklyn-born Jean-Michel Basquiat, who started out as a street artist in the 70s before making a very successful transition to galleries in the 80s. This jersey is black with BKLYN nets across the front in white, along with several multicolored designs featured along either side of the jersey, as well as around that team word mark on the chest in Basquiat style. The Denver Nuggets are finishing up their Skyline uniform series with a new Flatirons red version.
This is the second best. Who got the first one? Miami got the first, they got the second.
Of this design. Flatirons red, selected as a reference to the state of Colorado's landscape.
Nasty.
The Denver Nuggets originally wore a skyline across their jersey in a multicolored, almost rainbow-like style back in the 1980s, all the way through to the early 1990s. Call it a reverse retro if you like. This is the last of the Nuggets Skyline series. The Indiana Pacers will be throwing back for their city uniform design to something very much inspired by what they used to wear back in the late 90s to around 2006 or so. It is a blue uniform with yellow pinstripes, white and yellow striping up the side. The team wore a uniform just like this when they went to the 2000 NBA Finals. And I think it's safe to say, the city horizontally to heart here and straight up putting the flag of New Orleans right across the entire uniform. That's 3 horizontal bands of red, white, and blue, and 3 gold fleur-de-lis across the into the short overall. Detroit's history as the Motor City. They've done nothing else in Detroit except make cars. That's what I've learned from the Detroit Pistons. This uniform is the Detroit. The Toronto Raptors are once again working with Drake, their most famous fan, by sporting a black and gold uniform inspired by the color scheme of his OVO fashion brand. Uniform features Toronto across the chest and the team underscore Toronto across. Here we have the Houston Rockets, and they are going with a light blue, which appears to be a nod to their city flag seen here with the white star of the Rockets. Here's the star of the show, the breathing much-needed life into a black and silver look with the inclusion of teal, pink, and orange. Now, the Spurs never actually wore these colors on their uniforms back in the day, but it was all over the place on logos and shooting shirts and other merchandise throughout the retro, instead choosing to honor the entire Phoenix metropolitan area, sometimes referred to as the Valley.
Miami, Utah, and then them, for sure.
Of the Sunrise Valley. Celebration of the state of Oklahoma's flag. The state maps included on the waist is known as Wolves uniforms pay tribute to and Star uniform. The beauty of its landscape, as well as the tribal nations who have called the front, makes up the base of the jersey. And a series of colorful stripes proceeds from jersey biofreeze. Well, despite the fact that they haven't forgotten about them, uniform style lightning bolt. Few things go and continue. And the stars.
Nothing serious over there either.
And that does it. That's all.
That's the end of the video, man. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Y'all be easy, man. Let me know what y'all think the top 3 is. I got Miami 1, Utah 2, then I forgot who I said 3. Y'all know who I said 3, but hey, man, like, subscribe, y'all be easy. Keep your head up.